This is your girl Josiah. I'm back again with the TLC 90 Days Fiancé updates and reviews. And where are our acting stars? Well, actually they're not stars. I call them where are our actors, because some of these people, they lie. I don't believe their storyline. One of them is Caesar. I don't buy Caesar's story one bit. I feel like TLC needs to go to, I don't know, like acting auditions to find these better actresses and actors, because some of them, they just give it away, like spoiler alerts, and I can just tell they are lying. And also one of them, again, one of those actors is Corey. So before I start this video, I want to thank you guys for the previous video that I did with Angela and Michael. The response has been really good, so thank you guys. And you know, keep on subscribing to my channel, liking my videos, comment, share, whatever it is. Tell me what you want me to talk about, because for some reason people like train wrecks and trash. So let me give you hot trash right now. Okay, so before I start this video, I want to talk about Paul and Karini. My thoughts are with them. I feel so sorry for them. I am sorry. In case you didn't know, their house in Brazil has been robbed. So they took their belongings, you know, their TV, appliances, everything, you know, like they robbed them, you know, they burglared their house. So, you know, if you follow Paul, you might know what I'm talking about. If you don't, please go to their page, you know, send them love, give them good thoughts, you know, tell them everything is okay. So I'm gonna move on. Remember, I told you that these are not reality stars, right? Like, I'm not calling them reality star. Like Kim Kardashian is a reality star, not people like Evelyn and Corey. So I want to talk about Corey. I feel like Corey is getting too big for his boots, and I feel like this fame thing is going into his head, and at some point, like, you know, people have to call him out, because we can tell that he's lying. So I'm just here to wake up the sheeps and the sleeping dead. Wake up. So remember when the episode of the 90 Days Fiancé the other way, when it started, and you know, Corey was arriving in Ecuador. He made it seem like he was literally coming to Ecuador for the second time. You know, he hasn't been in years, so he asked Evelyn to come and get him from the airport, and then Evelyn didn't go get him at the airport. So that was what made a lot of people angry and attack Evelyn, call her the devil, Evelyn, you know what I mean. So then later on I find out, because these people were just like, you know, Evelyn just gave us so much tea and so much spoiler alerts, because you know, she's got ego and she's narcissist, you know, she doesn't want people hating her, so she told us what happened. So she pretty much said Corey told her not to come and get her from the airport. Number two, I personally feel like Corey was the one, and the producers, that actually asked Evelyn's sister to bring the worms so they can eat them. So, you know, I can tell he's an actor. He acted like he doesn't eat worms, so they were just giving us good show. So that's why Evelyn was angry. Another thing of how Corey was talking about, you know, to go to get gasoline, you have to go to someone else's house and get a bucket and whatnot to go get the gasoline to fill it in your car. So those are the things that, you know, Evelyn was making Evelyn angry. And I also noticed and realized that, you know, TLC, when they go to these countries, if it's not like America or Australia or, you know, Europe, they don't show nice parts of the countries. Like, personally, I'm South African, and I was so annoyed at TLC for showing like slums and gutter for South Africa, when literally South Africa looks like America. Like, I'm not lying. Google, do your research. South Africa looks like America, okay? I'm not fucking lying. So that's what pissed off like Evelyn, you know, most of the time, why she was really angry at the show, because Corey acted like he just arrived. I just found out that Corey's been living in Ecuador for more than 5 years. So these people were staying there for 5 years. They had a husky dog together. So they've been a family. And this bar thing, when he says he gave Evelyn so much money to start a blah blah blah, he's lying. This guy actually you know, has property, so he invested in property in Ecuador. So you know that, you know, Ecuador and all these countries, sorry, you know, to buy land is very cheap. So I assume he got land, or he got, you know, like some old buildings, and then, you know, he renovated them, and then that's how he makes his income, including the bar. So a lot of people tend to think that it's Evelyn who's the gold digger, it's Evelyn who's blah blah blah, But I see it like this: Evelyn is home now, you know, working at the bar, you know, selling stuff and making money for the both of them, while Corey is in the United States enjoying his 15 minutes of fame. And another thing that I really don't like about Corey is that he's misleading us on his Instagram. Like, he likes this attention. He reminds me of Jonathan, then the what do you call her name, Fernanda Jonathan. You know, Jonathan was so nice when he was, you know, filming for the 90 Days Fiancé. But as soon as we followed him on Instagram, he had this ego thing about him that he's made it already. He's a public figure. He's doing this and that. Unfortunately, his 15 minutes finished. So now we have to deal with Corey. So Corey is the same thing right now. And he's lying to us. So he did property, he didn't tell us. Another thing that I didn't like about Corey was one of those things when he came to Ecuador and was complaining about how you don't flush toilet paper on the toilet. I mean, everybody that stays in Central America pretty much knows that you don't throw tissue or toilet paper into the toilet. Inside the toilet, no? You throw it in the bin. So he was coming there with the 90 Days Fiancé crew, acting like he's just arrived, acting like he doesn't like the food there, and he deserves the name El Cachudo. He's a liar. And then most people are saying, you know, Evelyn deserves better, run away, Corey, run away. I personally feel like it's the other way around. I feel like actually it's Evelyn that should run away from Corey, because Corey doesn't know what to do with this new fame, you know, that he found, and all these girls under his DM. So he doesn't know what he's doing. So PS, I just found out there's a rumor circulating, ne? That Corey is back in Ecuador. So Corey is back in Ecuador, and since they're keeping everything secret now, I assume they are shooting for the 90 Days the Other Way season 2. So yeah, so he's in Ecuador shooting again. So they're filming, right? They are filming. So he's in Ecuador, know that. So to everybody that is going to Evelyn to hate on her, I personally, and then they go to Corey and they're like, you blind, you blind. No, Corey is an actor. Everything that he's doing is a lie. So him and Caesar, they belong in one group, like in one WhatsApp group. So I'm going to move along from Corey and Caesar and whatnot. I'm going to talk about Angela. Angela has landed a new show, guys. So she's on the new 90 Days Fiancé. So she's shooting. I assume they're going to film the whole thing and the whole journey of Michael leaving Nigeria to come to America. Like we said, Michael, good luck. You know, when you go to America, you're going to go to jail, as if we didn't tell you. So yeah, you know, to each his own. So yeah, so now we find out that you know, Angela was attacking Avery and her mom, and you know, TLC didn't air that clip. Like, they didn't show that clip because Angela has another show, so they didn't want to make it seem like it's a violent show or whatnot. So first of all, like, TLC, you are full of shit. Like, you know, I like watching TLC. I'll never stop watching TLC, but I feel like sometimes TLC is overdoing it with these actors. Like, you need to calm the fuck down. And you know, these shows, they have a thing of, now I've learned something, like the villain on the show is actually the victim. Did you hear what I'm saying? Let me repeat it. When you see a villain on 90 Days Fiancé, just know it's the, they take the villain, they make them angels, and then they take angels and then they make them villains. Because when I followed the story of Anfisa and George, remember Anfisa and George? Anfisa was like this gold digger, blah blah blah, and George was like this guy that is trying to provide for her. Actually, it was the other way around. He was the manipulative guy. Okay, same thing as Daniela. Daniela catfished Mohammed. She told Mohammed she's rich. She told Mohammed she earns a lot of money. She told him Mohammed this, that. And then when Mohammed gets to America, it's the opposite. So he was catfished. So, and then he got a lot of hate and backlash for that season. And you know, all of us, we were hating him, but the more I follow this TLC thing, the more I see that actually there's a lot of shit that is scripted. Does this mean I'm gonna stop watching? Hell no, I'm gonna watch, and I'm gonna watch with popcorns and everything. Like, this is so good, guys. Even though some of us who are smart, we can tell that this is a lie. So yeah, speaking about George, so in case you didn't know where, or you were wondering where is George, so there were snapshots of, you know, George out that are, you know, trending right now. So George will be eligible for parole in 2020. So he's still arrested for dealing marijuana. I'm not sure if it's true or not, but he's been arrested for almost 2 years or more. I don't know, but he's gonna be released next year. And if George is out, I feel like, you know, TLC have to come back and fill him with Anfisa. Another thing that I found out also, you know, I'm giving you updates, right? So Darcy and Tim, they have broken up. They have called it quits. Thank God, because Darcy was crying the whole time this season. Like, she was like literally crying the whole time. So I'm glad she finally dumped. Your bedroom is nice. How is my bedroom? Your bedroom is nice. I don't find this particularly sexy that Darcy cries all the time. Oh my god, like, I'm not gonna miss Tom. I actually feel like Jesse was more spicy than Tom. Like, Jesse was so entertaining. He was a train wreck, but you know, I enjoyed watching Jesse and Darcy. And then Ziet, okay? So some people that don't know what's going on, so Ziet, you know, Ziet is the one that me not accept this, me angry too much. I like to cook my sister. Okay, sorry, okay. Oh my god, like, okay, so Ziet is the one that likes to cook his sister. So he just bought himself a second-hand car. Congratulations to Ziet. But, you know, unfortunately, he got like you know, a backlash for buying a new car. You know, there's rumors that, you know, he didn't buy that car, or like, you know, Rebecca bought the car because Ziet bought the engagement ring for Rebecca with her money. So Rebecca, you know, came out and cleared it and said, you know, it was Ziet money, he worked hard for the car, so let's give Ziet a break. So congratulations, Ziet, on your new Skorogoro, enjoy it. And then what else? Yes, Larissa. So Larissa is now saying she misses Colt. I don't force it. You know, also Larissa used to like her, but I feel like these days she's a little bit more superficial. Like, you know, she looks nice now. I mean, we can't deny that, but you know, that's super. She expects us to believe her that she misses Colt. Yes, those were Larissa's true words. So she said real words. So she said, Colt, she misses Colt. She's not in a relationship. She's single. So I assume she's saying all these things because she wants to land another show. So she wants to land another season on the 90-Day Fiancé show. She want to do it again. So if they're gonna do it again, we all for it. You know, him and Colt, they are, you know, train wrecks. They are TV gold. We like watching them. They're so entertaining. So I'm all for it. But I personally feel like, you know, we've seen everything, you know, go on through social media. Like, why would you want to go back to a guy that got you arrested 3 times in America so that you can be deported? Now you miss them. You know what, Larissa, you're full of shit as well. You know, literally, I feel like she's saying this because she wants to go back and feel him again and then make us laugh, and then I'll come back and make a review about it and then get subscribers and likes and comments. So yes, guys, so that was my TLC updates and TLC review. So please let me know what I forgot, and if you have like some gossip, you have some hot tea for me, do whatever. You know, I'm open for everything. You know, like I said, guys, thank you so much for the views for the last video that I did. It pushed me to make this one. You know, and yeah, tell everybody about my show, the Cheap Talk Shits. Okay, on a budget.